Hi guys, welcome back to my XPS guide. Now I'm gonna review Myra. She is a healer and buffer, so let's compare her with Rena. Volka here, I know Volka is not a buffer too, but yeah, let's just include her because she also has amazing regenerating skill. So if you take a look on her stats, it is obvious that Myra spirit stats is not amazing at all. She only learned 130% spirit, which is lower than both Volka and Rena. Her health is also the lowest. Yes, it is only 10% lower, but still, it is the lowest. Same for the MP. And for defense stats, it is also the lowest. So, like you can see, Mira's stats is not amazing at all. She recover 5% MP regen per turn like other 5 stars. And the good thing about her is she has minus 60% chance to be targeted on the battle, so she will be quite safe from single attack. And she has silence, confuse, petrify, and charm resist, which is good, but you can also, you still can be stopped by paralyzed, so be careful about that. She has two counter, okay, sing along and dance along. Those will counter magic or physical attack with certain effect. But the bad thing is they can only happen once per turn. So yeah, I know the chance is high, but because it only can happen once, then yeah, maybe it is not that great. Especially because like you have seen before, Mira defensive stats is not that great. Okay, so she probably die if take too many hits. And on 7 stars, she gets 20% fire and leg resist, which is kinda niche, but maybe yeah, quite good. And 100% faster ability rate. This is probably the best thing that you want to get from her trust ability because yeah, you will see later that she need LB gauge. And she also get playlist. This playlist allow her to use her abilities twice per turn, except for her cooldown ability. So you must equip her trust measure, okay, no matter what if you plan to use her. And she also get 2 LB gauge regen per turn, which is not that great, okay, because she requires 40 LB, no, 36 LB to use her LB, okay? So enough about stats, now let's talk about her abilities. One thing to notice here is she has dual white magic. She learns to perp white magics like Q-Raja and Re-Raise. You don't need to worry about Q-Raja and Raise combo because she able to do the same thing using her abilities, so no need to equip Phoenix on her. She also able to remove all kind of stats break from your party, which is pretty handy. It is just too bad, okay, like Volka, she doesn't have Dispelga or Dispel. That can be troublesome if your party get Berserk or other stats effect. Now, for her abilities, remember, you can cast 2 abilities per turn if you equip her Trust Mastery Word. She can heal and give your party nice regen with her hit single. The regen amount may allow you to not heal your allies on the next few turns. You can also combine hit single with behind the scene, which are the same like Q-Raja and full raise combo. This is useful if one of your characters dead and other characters still need a healing. She also has superior and trust called for you. This will give her LB gauge to someone else, which is yes, very good. It also gives her 200% faster LBP rate for 5 turns. So yeah, very good. However, I think her LB requires a lot of LB crystals. It requires 36, so you may not able to feel her LB gauge as fast as other Entruster like Mercenary Ramza. Another thing unique about her is she able to chain with Divine Ruination family, but the damage is simply too pathetic to be useful, only 1.8 times. This is also magic attack, so it is not affected by dual wield, and elemental weapon. You need to dual cast this in order to chain with Divine Ruination. In my opinion, the health barrier is simply too small to be useful. Compared to Rena's Divine Ruination chaining, this is simply rubbish. This is also non-elemental attack, so yeah, like I said, you cannot do elemental chain with this one. Gumi also want to make her into buffer, but her buffing abilities have a big flaw. The weakness is she doesn't have 30% damage mitigation buff. She has 20% damage mitigation, but it is from her cooldown ability, so you cannot combine it with your buffing abilities, okay, I mean playlist. And the biggest weakness is they are setup abilities, and more than that, you cannot get defense and spirit buff on the first turn. This may be not a problem if you have strong placeholder buffer like Auron, but if not, then yeah, you probably gonna be dead from the enemy's attack on the first turn. However, once you have cast your interlude or whatever, the first ability, you can, after you cast your interlude, you can relax a bit because you get 100% all stats buff. The problem is, again, if you are dead, then you need to restart the sequence again, but it is probably not that troublesome like Bard type buffer who need to do a setup every time they are back from the dead, because this only lasts for one turn. You can cast it immediately. So if you use Myra on the first turn, use intro and album cover. Those will give you stats break, protection, charm, and some ailments resist. Remember to use your placeholder buffer on the first turn, okay, like Auron, Midiana, Ram, Kunshira. Let's just hope you have other characters who can cast damage mitigation buff or able to survive enemy's attack without one. Also remember to include casting into to include your setup ability on your dual casting before your buff run out, because the setup only lasts for 2 turns if I remember correctly. The first cooldown ability is AoE Re-Raise and gives you amazing regen. This is good, but maybe kinda stupid at the same time. Why? When you use this kind of AoE Re-Raise, I believe you suspect that you are gonna be dead from enemy's attack, right? So what's the function of the health and MP regen? I really against you to use this skill only for the health and MP regen. This skill has 6 turns cooldown, okay, so don't use it carelessly. Next cooldown ability, Roaring Crowd. It is not bad, but you can get charm and most ailments resist from your normal abilities. The damage mitigation is also small, only 20%. So I think this one is kinda pointless, especially because you cannot use it with your abilities. I mean, combine using your playlist. But definitely useful if you need fire or like resist buff. The last cooldown is 100% fire and light in peril. It also breaks enemies defense and spirit by 65%. This is really good if you don't have dedicated breaker, but one of her best partner is Auron. So if you have him on your party, then his break is better than this. Okay, the regen amount is nice though. For her LB, it is very good, but you almost able to do all these things through your normal abilities. Sure, the regen is amazing, but maybe overkill on most situation. So if you don't need this, remember to use her for you to give your LB gauge to other character. Enough about abilities, now let's talk about equipment. Like other healers, you want to focus on her spirit and survivability. Her spirit means a lot because she has lots of regenerating abilities with amazing spirit multiplier. So even with tiny increase in spirit, it will improve your healing power nicely. Enough about equipment, my conclusion for Myra, without a doubt, she is an amazing healer. If you have placeholder buff, she also can become a buffer. Her buffs are above average, but I think 100% defensive buff, I mean defense and spirit with 30% damage mitigation are better than 140% defensive buff. That's the only concern that I have. If only they give her 30% damage mitigation as one of her abilities, then she will be insane and maybe one of the best character on this game. But this, also, you almost always need to include intro as one of your abilities, like I said before, because her buffs are short. Her Trustmaster reward is good hat for an AoE magic tank because of high fire and light resist, but I prefer Lotus Mage Fina Trustmaster much more than this. Her Super Trustmaster is probably the worst STMR staff you can get. Okay, it gives you the lowest amount of spirit, only 150, and the side effect is kinda rubbish because spirit buff is simply standard, 100%. Compared to Reyna, I must say that Reyna is, this is my opinion, okay, I think Reyna is better because she can chain with Divine Ruination with more damage and can do elemental chain. Also, I think she is better defensive buffer, okay, because on the first turn you can use her cooldown ability, waiting until you have your LB gauge to be full, and once you have that LB full, you can simply use it and gives her 200% faster LBV rate, and I believe you can easily maintain your limit burst to keep the buffs up for the battle. Also, she doesn't have that 30% damage mitigation. She only learned 20% damage mitigation like Myra, so that's one thing that makes both of this healer kind of bad, okay? And remember, Reyna is also limited, so you cannot get her right now, but overall as a healer, I think both of them are same, 1.5, but as a character, I think Reyna is a little bit superior than Myra, okay, 9.9 I gives her. By the way, 10, I give Lotus Mage Fina 10 as a healer, so you get a base comparison. I really prefer Lotus Mage Fina more than Myra. Okay, for Volca cannot buff your party, so she is a pure healer, but as a healer, I must say Volca is better than Myra and Reyna, okay, because she has stop, charm, all elements, break, resist, so it is complete package, while Myra only able to give you charm resist. Also, I think Volca is easier to use because she is simply pure healer, so you don't need to overthink using Volca. But for Myra, I believe almost every turn you need to calculate, okay, I need to use this intro, oh my god, my interlude gonna be over in the next turn, so it's kinda annoying to have a character like that, okay? But Myra has better health and MP regen. Okay, so I think that's all you need to know, okay, about Myra. Good luck if you get her. She is not bad, she is good character, but if you already have top tier healer and top tier buffer like Zargabat, there's no reason to pull for her, okay? Thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more Final Fantasy Private Guys. Bye bye guys.